When you first begin to build a model train layout, it just can be really exciting and a lot of fun thinking about the things that you can put into your layout and the different challenges that are involved in it. And then comes the big day when you first run your trains. And if your trains go around your track without derailing or crashing into each other, it can bring a lot of satisfaction and joy. And it's just a lot of fun watching the trains go around and around and around, and well, sometimes it gets a little bit boring just watching the trains go around the track. Real railroads do something, and model railroads can do something too if you add operating accessories. Now, there are a number of different scales in the model train world. And the two most popular scales in the 1950s, which was kind of like the golden age of model railroading in the United States. Model railroading, I believe, was the #1 hobby in the 1950s, well, at least for boys. And the advantage of O scale, which was popularized by Lionel, and S scale, popularized by American Flyer, by the A.C. Gilbert Company, was that both of those scales had a plethora of operating accessories, magnetic cranes, all sorts of different types of loaders, sawmills, working factories, lots of things that could be done. And then when HO was developed and eventually became the most popular scale, HO followed suit, and there are many different types of operating accessories for HO. When N scale was first introduced, at least in regard to mass marketing, in the early 1960s by the German company Arnold, there just weren't a whole lot of operating accessories. Eventually, Brawa, Arnold, some other companies developed some operating accessories. When Z scale was introduced in the 1970s by Marklin, a German company, which, by the way, Marklin developed the first model electric trains back in the 1890s. And Z scale being smaller than the N scale trains that you can see right here, even to this day, there aren't a whole lot of operating accessories beyond a turntable and a transfer table that can be used in Z scale. Well, this is the N scale Kibri layout that I've talked about in previous videos. And today I'm going to talk about 5 different operating accessories that I added to this layout. The first of these is a Brawa trolley bus system. The second is a Broadway limited operating water tower. The third is an old Arnold turntable. The fourth is an Arnold operating coaling factory. And then the final one is a Brawa container terminal. Now, unfortunately, Brawa no longer manufactures the trolley bus system. Arnold no longer manufactures the operating coaling system. And Brawa no longer manufactures the operating container system. You can pick these up every once in a while on eBay. All of these are used units that I was able to find on eBay. Now, the first of these that I'm going to talk about is the Brawa operating trolley bus system. Now, the system works by a series of overhead wires. And when I first unpacked the set, which by the way was a new set that I found on eBay, I'll tell you something. Getting the wires to fit into these poles was quite a challenge. I kind of wondered how I was going to be able to do that. And then eventually I figured it out, had to wire everything all through and then space out the poles. Now let's get that trolley bus going. I just had a small area here, but this fit in really, really well for me. because I just had a small area, and with the catenary that you see there, I guess you call it a catenary, the poles that the trolley bus runs from, it fit into the area really nice. And so this just adds another operating dimension to the layout, and anything that's moving around on your layout is something that catches the eye. By the way, while Brawa no longer makes the trolley bus system, Fowler does make a bus system that works from wires that are attached on the ground. And Aurora popularized an N-scale bus system that operates on road tracks. And Aurora no longer makes that, but you can always find a bunch of those for sale on eBay. The disadvantage of that Aurora system is, at least given the space that I have here, it would be really difficult to put in the tracks in the space that I have here. So this is the Brawa trolley bus system, and it really adds another interesting dimension to the layout. I've built several dozen layouts over the years, and because I run just steam engines, a turntable is an essential part of the layout as far as I am concerned. And with this layout, that's no exception. So let's watch how this turntable works and how it can add an extra dimension to the operation of your layout. So the first thing that we're going to do is move the turntable so it aligns with the siding we want to put the steam engine on. So we're almost there, and there we are. Now, the next thing that we want to do is to back that steam engine up onto the siding. And there we go. So that gives you an idea of what you can do with the turntable on a layout. Many years ago, Arnold made an operating colon station. It had 4 different functions. There was a light function, a conveyor belt function, a function for tipping side dump cars, and then another function for operating bottom dump cars. I put this Arnold colon station next to a water function, so what I'm trying to do here is to have the side dump car dump the coal into a basin, and then it'll go up the conveyor belt and then hopefully come down right inside the barge that I have there in the water. So I've actually never used this before on this layout, so let's see what happens, and hopefully everything will work. So let's begin by trying to get the side dump car to dump some coal into the basin. There we go. Hallelujah, that worked. Now let's get the conveyor belt to work. And it should start lifting up some coal, as you can see, and then it'll come down into the barge. Well, it's coming down every place but the barge. I see they're bouncing off into the water. So who's ever operating this colon station is probably losing a lot of money. I guess I need a bigger barge here. Alright, well, anyway, that's how it works, and it looks like all the functions work properly. Here's the light function. I forgot to turn that on, so that way you can find out all the coal that you have lost. Here is a Brawa container terminal. And what we're going to try to do is we're going to try to lift that container off of that flat car. So the first thing we got to do is we got to lower this gantry crane. Let's see how well it works. It's going down, going down. It looks like it's got it. So now we're going to lift up that container. There we go. There we go. And now we're going to move it off to the side. And now we're going to put it down on the platform here. Now you can see the arms that grip the container. When you get it flat on the platform, they widen out. So now let's lift up the container, the crane, and there we go. Another interesting feature of the container terminal is you can move this. If you had several flat cars with containers, you can move it to each one. So we'll move this forward, or it can move backward to pick up other containers. So this is a really neat operating mechanism here for N scale. There are also some piggybacks, as you can see on the right side there, that you can lift up and decrease. So this really adds a lot of operating interest to an N scale layout with it. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and please subscribe, hit that like and notification button if you want, because I'll be posting some more videos of some different layouts that I've made over the years. And thank you very much again for watching, and have a blessed day. Thank you. Bye.